You can drop it on. Thank you.
Now we have a completely different change of scenario. With the second play, we're going to meet a very interesting character. You're going to meet Lester Furious. He is a type A alpha male who's particularly pleased with himself. I mean, after all, he's a leader. He's a God's gift to women. At least he thinks so. And he has everything going for him. So at least he thinks that too. So to avoid going any further, I'd like you to have the pleasure of the next play, which is known as Look at Me by Malcolm Boyd.
This one. No, maybe this one. This one. This one. Oh, I truly love the mornings. Yes, the freshness of each day, the solitude and the lack of movement, it gives it a dignified tranquility reserved for only a special few. Unfortunately, there aren't more human beings aware of the benefits to be gained from early risings. Yes, the mornings help me keep my focus on facts and not folly. I mean, if everyone thought as I do, well, there'd be no backs left to stand on. But I guess society, every great society, has to have its fair share of underachievers. Oh, I must stop this foolish talk so early in my day. Everyone knows it's not in vogue to laugh at the unfortunate. That ditzy blonde, Wilma, that works in my office, is without a doubt one of these daydreaming idiots that want to save the children. I wouldn't give her a second look, but my goodness, she has legs up to her ears. And I think she may be ready to let me paint her wagon. Just one more night of drinking and somehow I maintain a smile on my face while she talks about the poor, unfortunate kids in third world countries. And that should be just long enough for the Dom Perignon to hit and then pow! I mean, the fact that she hasn't dropped to her knees and begged me to service her is a definite fact that something is wrong with her. I truly don't think she realizes how lucky she is to be seen with me. Instead of some bleeding heart weirdo like that mental giant Rosenberg in shipping and receiving. I mean, a college degree. And the best he can do is the shipping department. It is a miracle that any work gets done. Oh. What was that about? I need to get my eyes checked. I'm starting to see things. Can't have that. I might miss a decimal point. Oh my God! What the hell? What the hell is going on? Is it me or are my eyes going out of me? Because I know I just saw a face in the mirror that isn't mine. Okay. Let's get a grip. first things first. Am I really imagining someone else's face in the mirror? Okay, less, focus. Now, my name is Lester Reinhold Furious II, not to be confused with Junior. My father was a champion of a man, but I am my own man as well. I maintain a controlling interest in the company my father's father started. I am truly a Furious, and we are a cut above. And that's why I know I'm not losing it. There is no saner person walking the planet than Lester Furious.
And you are a disgusting excuse for a human being.
Who said that? I know I'm not crazy. But where the hell are you, damn it? Where the hell are you hiding? I know you're here somewhere.
7 drops a bucket does not fill, but 7 strikes that are true must change the mind, body, and will.
Where is that coming from?
Right here, Lester.
What? Where? Who are you? Why are you in my house? How did you get in my house?
Slow down, Lester, one question at a time. If you turn around, you'll see I'm right here, where I always am.
Where are you? When I find you, you are gonna regret invading my house.
Over here, Lester. You just dash right by me. And as far as regret, you have no idea.
I said, where are you? God damn it, show yourself.
Right in front of you, my dear man. I said right in front of you.
Ah!
Don't be scared. Calm down. I'm not here to harm you.
Who are you? What do you want? What's happening? Why are you people doing this to me?
You people? What are you talking about? There's no one here but you.
Please, I don't know who you are or what you want, but my wallet's on the table. Just take it and leave.
No.
Where is that voice coming from? I don't want voices in my head. I don't like this. I like the way that I am.
That's too bad, Lester, because no one else does.
I don't see anyone, but I hear voices. Why is this happening?
It's happening because we know you. No, I. Yes. I feel you need an intervention. And why should you see anyone else? You are the only one here.
Oh my God, I'm losing my mind.
No, you're not. You're as sane as the next man. Okay, I'll admit, it's a bit of a shock for you. So if it will make you feel any better, just look into the mirror. That way you can see us. Then we can talk about making some changes.
Us?
Yes, us. We. You. Me.
Oh God! Where's my reflection? What is happening to me?
Up here, Lester.
What the hell?
Calm down. I was just having a little fun, that's all. You sure know how to hand it out, but you don't do a very good job of taking it. That's another one of your little nasty habits we need to address.
Okay.
Come on, look at yourself.
Okay. I'm not going crazy. I hear a voice. It's not coming from inside my head. Somebody's just playing a sick joke on me. Yeah, that's all this is. I'll just humor them until I figure this out. Because I hope whoever's behind this enjoys themselves. Because when I find out who this is,
Oh, yes, when you do.
Ah! 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 Ah!
What's wrong, Lester?
That's not me.
Yes, it is. Well, not exactly. It's complicated.
What do you mean?
Come on, Lester, grow up. What happened to you trying to humor me? Take your hands away from your eyes and look.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Oh, I can't. I don't want to humor you or anyone. I just want this to be done. Just please leave me be.
Look at me.
I can't.
Look at me, God damn it. Good. Now take a long look into these eyes. You may not recognize the face, but the eyes, you know them, don't you?
No, no. My face. What happened to my face? What have you done?
I have done nothing at all. All this is of your doing. All of it.
Look at your hand. My hand. Why are my fingers missing? Why is this happening? What do you want from me?
What I want from you is something I know I'll never get. But I'll settle for your attention. Believe it or not, I'm here to help you. I guess you can consider me a blessing. How much of a blessing is up to you.
A blessing? A blessing? You call this a blessing? Voices in my head seem to be coming from a mirror, a looking glass filled with a face from a nightmare face I don't recognize, but moves when I do, and stares back at me with eyes that could only be mine. You say you're a blessing? If this is what you call a blessing, I will take my chances with the curses of hell.
I was afraid of this.
You still haven't told me what you want. Why are you here?
I haven't told you because I'm not sure it would make a difference.
I don't understand.
You really don't deserve an explanation. But for the sake of others, to make a long story short, if you don't change, this is who you will become.
Me? Look like that? Never. I'd rather be dead.
7 drops a bucket does not fill, but 7 strikes that are true must change the mind, body, and will.
What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what it sounds like. And I must warn you, there are not many drops left.
Drops in a bucket, strikes that are true. It sounds like a children's game to me. I don't have time for this. Just tell me. Tell me so you can leave.
Why should I? Will you heed the warnings? Can you get a handle on and control your Mr. Lester Furious Reinhold II?
Get a hold. You speak as if I have a problem.
You still don't get it. For a so-called smart man, someone who claims to be a realist, level-headed, just the facts, not folly. Does that sound familiar? Use that large brain of yours.
Why can't you just tell me and get this over with?
Just because I feel the need to warn you doesn't mean I'm going to make this easy. To be honest, you truly don't deserve more than to be left to your own fate. But because of your selfish, arrogant, heartless actions, others will suffer. The only way to spare them is to attempt to set you on a path that will save everyone involved.
Who are you talking about? Is somebody trying to harm me?
No, just the opposite. If you were the only one to suffer, I'm pretty sure you would have to search the whole world over to find a single complaint.
Wait a minute. It's those bleeding hearts that work for me. They're doing all of this to get me to give my money to their worthless charities. Rosenberg is behind this, isn't he? Him and that secretary Wilma.
It's very interesting you should bring them up. You are partially correct. I am here on their behalf.
I knew it. I'll fire the lot of them, have them thrown in jail right alongside you as soon as I figure out who you are.
If it were only that simple. I said I was here on their behalf, not at their direction. 7 drops a bucket does not fill, but 7 strikes that are true must change the mind, body, and will.
Why do you keep repeating that? What does that silly riddle have to do with any of this?
I told you, I'm here to help you. Do you believe me?
No! I mean, I'm not sure. Help me how?
By doing something you're not familiar with. Do something that will benefit someone other than yourself. But the time and opportunity are very limited.
Save someone else. Save myself from what? What in the hell is happening?
7 drops a bucket does not fill, but 7 strikes that are true must change the mind, body, and will.
Okay, I'm standing here having a conversation with a reflection in the mirror. It claims to be me. Is this some kind of divine message? Being who I am, I would be the perfect person to be contacted. Maybe I've been selected to save the world.
Not hardly, Lester. But if that's what it takes to get through to you, so be it.
You keep saying 7 drops, 7 strikes. I guess 7 has something to do with it, right?
Lester, hold up your hand. How many fingers do you have?
10.
Now, how many fingers do you see in the mirror?
Oh, God! I only see 7.
Calm down. Okay. How many times have you tried to seduce your secretary?
I don't know.
Look closely. How many scars do you see in your reflection?
I don't know.
Look at it. Look deeply into your reflection. How many scars can you count?
One, 2, 3, 4. Oh God, I don't want to do this.
Keep counting.
5, 6, 7. Oh God, 7. Okay, 7 horrible gashes. And what does my secretary Wilma have to do with any of this?
Since you can't seem to remember how many times you have tried and failed to... Let me use a term you can relate to. Acquire. Yes, that's it. How many times have you tried to acquire her? Let me remind you. 6 times you have cornered her, propositioned her, harassed her, each time getting more and more aggressive. At the Christmas party, you practically shoved a bottle of liquor down her throat.
It's not my fault she can't handle her liquor.
She doesn't drink, Lester. She was trying to be nice, to be social at the office party. You had to take it to another level. If it hadn't been for Rosenberg coming to her rescue, you would have once again confirmed, at her expense, that you are a disgusting excuse for a human being.
Yeah, that son of a bitch, Rose.
You are a pig, Lester. But if they are to be saved, you must be saved as well.
Rosenberg and Wilma. Are you saying that I'm to save them?
How many times have you threatened Rosenberg's job? Unfairly, I might add.
I have no idea. Nor do I care. If I threatened his job, it's because he deserved
6
it.
times, Lester. 6 times you have cursed, berated, and all but thrown Rosenberg out the front door. Are you starting to see a pattern here? Is a picture starting to develop for you yet?
6, 7, 100. What does it matter? You know, I don't care. You know what? I'm done with this.
No, you're not. We're almost there, and together we are going to see this through one way or the other.
Oh, we are. Are we? What if I say, to hell with this? To hell with you?
Please, Lester, we are so close. Now, focus. How many times have you heard me warn you?
Warn me.
The poem, Lester. The poem.
I don't know, 3, maybe 4. Wait. 7 drops, 7 strikes. So 7 is the key.
Now you're catching on.
This is crazy. I can't believe I'm playing Sherlock Holmes to a mystery brought to me by my disfigured reflection in the mirror.
Okay. I guess you're not as smart as I thought. Can't you read the writing on the wall? Stop looking at what you want. Look at what's in front of you. 6 times you have tried with Wilma. 6 times you have threatened Rosenberg with termination. 7 fingers, 7 scars, 7 strikes, 7 drops.
If I play along with you this last time, will you once and for all leave me be?
I have no choice. I'm just here to help you. You have to get this right. It's now or never.
Fair. Okay. Tell me that again.
Tell you what.
The poem, God damn it! Tell me the poem again so you can return to wherever you came from.
Are you sure?
I said tell me!
7 drops a bucket does not fill, but 7 strikes that are true must change the mind, body, and will.
All I can figure is 7. But how it fits, I don't know.
You have it right in the palm of your hand. Only you can dictate what happens next. It's because of you and your actions at the office party that Rosenberg came to Wilma's rescue. Ever since then, they have developed a relationship. If you leave them alone, everything will come to an acceptable conclusion.
And if not?
If not, that means you have continued to let Mr. Lester Furious run unchecked. You will cross the 7th line of no return. You will fire Rosenberg because he stands in the way of you and Wilma. She will reject you and quit her job.
That's nonsense. If I fire Rosenberg, it's because his ineptitude has caught up with him. And if Wilma is foolish enough to reject me, you sound as if I'm begging for her.
I'm not done. After she rejects you, she has to return for her final pay, and that's when you cross the 7th line with her.
What do I do? Refuse to pay her? Throw her out on her worthless ass? Oh, the poor girl. How will she ever continue?
No. When she returns for her money, it is late, and you are the only one there. You offer her a drink and tell her if she stays, you will give her a raise and other things you think can buy her attention. She doesn't want a drink or anything else you're offering. All she wants is what is hers. You tell her you've discovered a problem with the books. $100,000 are missing, and you think she took it. When she tries to explain she knows nothing about the money, you do what you had planned to from the very first time you saw her. After you rape her, you tell her if she tells anybody, you will tell the police she stole the money from the company and that she's making up the rape story to cover her theft.
That's impossible. Do I look like a rapist?
Yes.
Enough! I have wasted more than half my day listening to you and your make-believe story. You are not going to make me feel responsible or guilty for something that hasn't happened.
Not yet it hasn't. Remember, 7 drops a bucket does not fill, but 7 strikes that are true must change the mind, body, and will. I didn't want to do that, but you forced my hand. The table has been set.
What do you mean the table's been set? What did you just do?
If this poem reaches the 7th reading before you change your path, there will be no turning back. What you just heard, my friend, was number 6. So you see, you must change, and now. I haven't told you everything. Rosenberg, when he learns about what you have done to Wilmer, he will come for revenge. That's right. Rosenberg does this to you. He beats you within a half inch of your life. 7 blows to the face. 7 blows powered by anger, pain, and revenge. He'll beat you right in your office, right where you raped Wilma.
Why is it only 7 strikes?
Rosenberg will be well on his way to beating you to death, but the company's security guard rushes in, sees Rosenberg pummeling you, and shoots him in the head.
I don't know if I am going mad or if I will be insane if I continue to listen to this. So, what happens to my hand, huh? How do I wind up with only 7 fingers?
Somehow you cut your hand very badly, it gets infected, and the doctors can't save it and remove 3 fingers.
Sure.
The only thing I know for certain is the pain in your hand is what wakes me.
And how do you know all this?
Sometimes in life, something happens that is so wrong, so terrible, that everything that is good in the universe tries to prevent it. If your hand is cut before your attitude is changed after the 7th warning, it will be too late. What will be is set.
Get out of my house. Get out of my mirror. I know this is some kind of trick. It's probably the boys at the country club that are behind this. Hey, come out wherever you are. Oh, you guys really had me going for a while. 7 drops a bucket does not fill, but 7 strikes that are true must change the mind, the body, and the will.
No.
What is it now? What dire news from the universe do you have for me now?
Why did you just do that? Didn't you listen to anything?
Do what?
The 7th warning.
You only recited the poem 6 times. I counted each and every single one.
I never said it had to be recited by me. I just said that the 7th reading will set everything in motion beyond anyone's ability to stop it.
You also said my hand will have to be cut. Cut so bad I lose 3 fingers. No cuts here, sir. Just 10 beautifully manicured fingers. Looks like the mystic messenger has his messages confused.
No. It's too late. You have crossed the 7th line. There's no way to turn back. You never believed me, did you?
Just stop. Alrighty, I didn't do anything. You're just trying to trick me. You're trying to change the rules. You said...
I can feel it already. It's too late. I must go now. I tried. But you, Mr. Lester Reinhold Furious II.
No! Come back! Come out of this mirror! I said come out of this mirror and face me, damn it! Face me! Fuck! Oh! Fuck! Look at my hand. I've cut open my hand. No!
Okay. Thank you.
A bit of a change, no? Right now I'm going to have the playwrights come up, so you may talk to them, ask them questions, and put them through the grills. So, Rudy, Malcolm, come on up. Might have to do a little mic sharing, but we will see. You don't have a mic, but she does.
I'll just speak up. Just speak.
Yeah, we could use the mic.
Brenda, can you share the mic for the stream?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yes. We'll be nice to both of you, so I get to stand in the middle of you.
What do you want? I get to use this. You want to use this?
Well, my audio guy said we're sharing, so we never question the audio guy because he knows everything. He paid me to say that. I have a question for the both of you, and either of you could take it first. It doesn't really matter to me. Both of you had a very clear vision of your heroes, or if your protagonists, not because Lester's not really a hero. So is that someone that you identified with, someone that you knew before, someone that you don't like, and you just thought you put him in play form? Who's taking the question?
Okay, I'll go first. Mine is a combination, really. My play started out as a poem. I actually encountered this homeless person in Penn Station. One morning, I was going to an audition, and it actually happened. And as you notice, he said it's 6 o'clock, dinner time, and then I realized his mental state because it's morning, but he's talking, it's 6 o'clock. And I combined it. I was studying acting with James Moody at the time, and I wrote it into a poem, everything he said verbatim, because I actually had written down a lot of his words while he was speaking. And James worked with me and it became a poem. And actually in this building, I met some people from the field, and they funded me to take it on tour down south, and it grew. But in terms of the actual play, I combined it with someone I knew from Guyana whose ticket I had actually written. I was waiting for the airlines, and I wrote her ticket, and we ended up in college. Long story short, we ended up in college. She said she brought the ticket and said, "You wrote my ticket in Guyana," and with my signature, and she had become homeless in following the pattern of the story I wrote. Her cousin put her out. And so I started focusing on the reality that people come here and they could become homeless. And that's why I wrote this story. Let me pass it to you.
I wish I had a story like that behind it. Mine is a little simpler. The story came out of me trying to write a story, so I started with something that I like, which is the number 7. So basically the story is about writing about the number 7. Lester just, I hope that's not like an alter ego of mine or something, but Lester just appeared one day. And I like Edgar Allan Poe, and I write a lot of, believe it or not, love poems and funny, silly stuff. So I said, let me try something a little darker. And that's basically what happened. I mean, it's just happens like that, I guess, you know.
So Lester was not based on anybody?
I hope not.
Okay, this is a very interesting love poem. Could we have the house lights up just for a minute? Because if anybody wants to ask a question, please raise your hand, yell out, et cetera, and I'll just repeat it because I know everybody won't be able to hear you out on the internet land.
Okay. You mentioned Poe, Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
But I didn't get Poe in the story. I sort of got Oscar Wilde, the picture of Dorian Gray, the vanity of that guy, and getting his comeuppance. I felt like there is a picture in an attic somewhere with this guy. He's so miserable, for lack of a better word. He's just a despicable human being. But
A disgusting excuse for a human being?
yeah. Yeah. But good job. I really enjoyed it. I love that he got what he had coming.
Boy, this is a really mean audience, but I don't want to meet you guys outside. The questioner was asking the difference between his Lester Reinhold Furious II, not to be confused with Junior, and the picture of Dorian Gray.
I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunately, I'm very good at writing characters that people love to hate. Just, I don't know what it is. I can turn those knobs and push those buttons. Like I said, once again, I hope it's not an alter ego reflection of me. I seem to be comfortable with these type of characters, but I have fun with it. I have a lot of fun with it. I have to say, though, even though I wrote it and so forth and so on, I have to give a hand to Rick and to Kevin. They did one hell of a job presenting.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question. Mr. Shaw, are you related to George Bernard? Oh, never mind. It's that second cousin that nobody talks about. Okay, because you've written about homelessness. How long ago was, and you'll have to yell out because I'm not running over there immediately. How long ago was this play written?
It was written it was about 20 years ago or so.
So you're really, this sounds really awful, but you're almost ahead of what has become a true epidemic in America, which is the homelessness.
Yeah, I like to really reflect society. As for this reading, I didn't do everything, but there is the character, the pimp, that's the catharsis for the shadow to change. And while I was writing it, I was studying at NYU. I was doing my doctoral studies at NYU, and I couldn't come up with a catharsis. How could I get this person to change? And I literally did see a pimp that I knew from way back in the day, and he was walking. He was all decrepit, and he was bleeding out of his orifices or whatever. There's blood all over him, and a lady was helping him walk, and he was literally like that. I was like, my God. I knew this pimp. The last time I'd seen him was at Times Square with his hat and his robe. And that I infused into the play to make this character want to change. And
That should be enough.
well, that's the reality that I like.
Questions from the house? It's okay. I won't call anybody's name out.
Yeah, they got the, yeah.
I don't have a question per se, but I would like to make a comment. Your story, it rings true because the immigrant experience includes homelessness. People come here, they're very naive, innocent, as that lady was or is, and they get into really serious situations because of their naivete. And relatives do put them out. Sometimes people end up overstaying their welcome, and they get tossed out. And they feel trapped because they can't go back home empty-handed because of the myth that once you're in America, life is easy and you can't come back poorer than you went. So people struggle and they stay and they endure all kinds of indignities so they can say they're in America.
But I think it's a little more than that, if I could extend it. I think people, when they come here, they come with certain goals. And not trying to talk about myself per se, but I came here and I was coming to visit back and forth, and my uncle said, no, you got to start college, and I ended up in college. A lot of people come, they take their life savings and they come to go to school to become something. And for you to find yourself put out, to find your support systems ripped from under your feet, it is very frightening. And I met a couple of people like that, and that's the awareness of that reality we should all embrace and find ways for our venues for people to go to in order to get help. And that's what I hope this play does. Yeah.
I have a question. My question is this, because this is about Meet the Playwright. And it being that you think of a playwright, then that means he studied like 99 years in Yale, then he went over to Harvard, and he went over to the Old Vic in England to learn the ways of Shakespeare. What has been your experience as a playwright or as an author? Your backgrounds.
Yeah. What she said. For lack of better words, better description, I just picked up a pen and started writing, and it just haven't stopped since. I don't know. It just happens. I just write. Okay. Let me clean this up a little bit. Okay. I'm a retired welder, mechanic. I always like putting things together, working with my hands. And if you think about it, pen and paper is also working with your hands. It's a different way of doing it, and that's the way my brain works. That's the way I process it. I can see things in the world around me, and I want to describe them the way I want to describe them, even if I'm in a room with green chairs and a dozen people. I want to describe red chairs and 100 people. And unless I'm crazy, the only way I can do that is through pen and paper. That's the process. I guess I'm fortunate that I'm able to put words together the way I am. I thought everybody could, but I guess to a certain extent, a lot of people do a lot of training. I've taken poetry workshops, and believe it or not, I was horrible in school. In English class, I still struggle with spelling. Ask me what a noun, a pronoun, an adjective, and an adverb is, and I can answer, but it takes a minute. I have to remember what Miss Hunt, my English teacher in the 4th grade, used to try to whip into me. But as far as just telling a story, I can tell a story. I guess I'm just a storyteller.
Yeah. In my case, well, I did study writing, but I'm an actor.